Welcome back. Now we're going to take a look at the latest when it comes to the Gyanvapi case. The Allahabad High Court has extended the Supreme Court imposed temporary stay of the ASI survey on the Gyanvapi site. Now the case will be heard again at 3:30 p.m. today. Yesterday, both the Hindu side and the Muslim side were heard by the Chief Justice of the Allahabad High Court. Now the court expressed strong doubts about the survey when the ASGI, who was appearing for the ASI, was unable to explain the exact methodology of the scientific survey. Now, the Hindu side defended the ASI, saying that they are absent in court and that the additional director of the ASI is just present to file the affidavit. An ASI official has subsequently been directed to be present in the court today. Now, the Masjid Committee also contended that once the scientific survey is done in the way that they, meaning the Hindu women worshippers, have claimed, the entire mosque premises will be destroyed. These are just arguments that are going on in the court. A team from the IIT Kanpur will be called for a radar and GPR survey.
Archaeological Survey of India के एडिशनल डायरेक्टर ऑनरेबल इलाहाबाद हाई कोर्ट में मौजूद थे और उन्होंने कोर्ट में एफिडेविट भी दिया है कि जो भी वो काम वहां करने जा रहे हैं उससे स्ट्रक्चर को किसी भी तरह से कोई क्षति नहीं पहुंचेगी। जो अंजुमन इंतजामिया के वकील हैं उन्होंने कोर्ट से कुछ समय मांगा इस एफिडेविट को पढ़ के रिस्पॉन्ड करने के लिए। जो सुप्रीम कोर्ट द्वारा इंटरिम ऑर्डर है, अभी एसआई का सर्वे नहीं होगा।
देखिए, हम लोग का जो खबर आई है कि सर्वे जारी रहेगा, 31 जुलाई तक सर्वे कर लेना है। ये सबसे बड़ी खुशी है कि जो लिंगर लगा रहे हैं, विरोध कर रहे हैं, बिना मतलब के तर्क कर रहे हैं, सर्वे से उनको घबराना नहीं चाहिए, सर्वे में सहयोग करना चाहिए। अब 31 जुलाई के अंदर सर्वे हो जाएगी, इसकी रिपोर्ट पुरातत्व विभाग अपना सौंपेगा। अब इस रिपोर्ट में सबसे बड़ी अहम चीज है कि जो उनकी सारी कहानियां कथानक है सभी दमीजोद हो जाएंगी।
Now that the Allahabad High Court has expressed doubt over the methods of the survey owing to the fact that the ASGI appearing for the ASI could not explain the exact methodology of it, let's take a look at what exactly the scope of the survey is. And this is according to the Varanasi Court order. Number one, now the scope of the survey includes that they're going to be probing the age and nature of the western wall. Beyond this, there's also going to be a radar study below 3 domes at the site. Now, this particular point is very important because what the Muslim side in court had said is that if there's an excavation, when it comes to an excavation probe in below these 3 domes, that is essentially something that's going to be causing damage to the premises. But again, what has been reiterated is that there's not going to be an excavation, there's going to be a radar study instead. Beyond this, we're also going to be seeing a radar study beneath all of the cellars. That's another part which is part of the scope of the Gyanvapi survey, which is currently on hold. Now, beyond this, you're also going to be seeing a preparation of a list of all of the artifacts that are there in the complex. And then next, you're also going to be seeing a dating exercise of the age and the nature of all of those artifacts that are in that list. Then finally, what you're also going to be seeing as per the scope of the survey is that there's going to be a dating study on all pillars that is going to be conducted as well. But another important point to note is that the Vazu Khana area is not going to be part of the survey. It's going to be excluded. Now, we are also being joined by our legal correspondent, Ananya Bhatnagar, to get us more on the legal aspects of what's been taking place in court. Ananya, good morning. Can you tell us more about the important arguments that have been made by both sides?
Definitely, the Hindu side has constantly been arguing that, there would no harm that would be caused to, in fact, the surface if at all a survey is conducted. And it was amply clear in the Varanasi Court order that, no kind of a damage should be caused and no exercise should actually hit at the structure of, in fact, this present structure that is there. Apart from that, the Muslim side has constantly been saying that, there is a fear that something like Babri would happen. And in fact, the Chief Justice had asked the similar question to the Muslim side, that do they fear something like Babri would happen here as well. But what is very, very clear and amply clear is that the court was also inclined to actually allow for a ASI survey. But at this point of time, no kind of directions have been passed. It was just a passing remark that the court had yesterday when it was hearing these applications. But more importantly, what is to understand at this point of time is that even if the survey is allowed, the Archaeological Survey of India in its first leg of exercise would actually be only carrying out GPR exercises, that is ground penetrating radar would be used to actually carry out this. And today, when the matter resumed at 3:30 the ASI will actually explain to the court more as to how things are to take place. And if at all no excavation would be taking place, then it is possible that the court would actually allow ASI survey. But the Muslim side would constantly push for, staying this particular survey, or at least if at all the court is allowing a breathing time, if at all the court is allowing a survey to take place at the site, then a breathing time would be, taken by the Muslim side to actually approach the Supreme Court in this case.
All right, Ananya, thank you so much for joining us in detail.